Try something. Keep looking directly at this face and answer one question. What did you eat for dinner 3 nights ago? Don't look at the ceiling, don't look down, stay right here. If that felt strangely difficult, your eyes may already have tried to escape. This happens constantly. Someone asks you a question, and while you're listening, you look at them. Then the question becomes yours to answer, and your gaze slides toward a wall, the floor, or an apparently fascinating patch of empty air. When the answer arrives, your eyes often return. It can look like distraction or discomfort, and sometimes people even interpret it as dishonesty. But watch exactly when it happens. You don't simply stop looking at random. You're especially likely to look away during the difficult part, while remembering, calculating, choosing words, or assembling an explanation. A face isn't visually quiet. Even when it barely moves, your brain can monitor its eyes, mouth, expression, attention, and reaction to you. All of that information is socially valuable, but it's also more information to process. Across 5 experiments, researchers found that people looked away more often when questions required harder thinking. The effect couldn't be explained only by embarrassment or by guessing what the experimenter wanted, and in those experiments, looking away also improved performance on demanding questions. Later studies found the same basic pattern in children. Harder questions produced more gaze aversion. Eye-tracking experiments also showed that adults looked away longer when irrelevant movement became more visually distracting, and when the mental arithmetic they were doing became harder. The simplest explanation isn't that your eyes need a particular direction to find a memory. Looking upward doesn't contain yesterday's answer. Instead, moving your gaze away can disengage attention from the information-rich world in front of you. A blank wall asks less of your visual system than another human face. Now take the rule to an extreme. Imagine being forced to maintain perfect eye contact while answering every difficult question. The other person's face keeps changing. Are they confused, impatient, amused? Did that eyebrow move because your answer is wrong? You're trying to retrieve information while your social system continues receiving updates. Looking away briefly turns down that stream. It isn't an automatic superpower, and studies don't find a benefit in every task. If another person's face contains useful information, looking at it can help. One experiment even found better performance under direct gaze in a particular task. What is strongly supported is the pattern. Cognitive difficulty changes where we look, while the exact benefit depends on what the eyes would otherwise be processing. There's also a social rhythm hiding inside the cognitive one. Studies of conversation have observed that speakers often look away while beginning or planning a turn, then look back toward the listener as they finish. The gaze that seems to leave the conversation may actually help hold your place in it. I'm still building the answer. I'm not finished yet. So when somebody looks away before responding, attention may not have failed. It may have protected itself from you for a second, just long enough to return with an answer. What looked like a break in the social system was the system managing its own load.